Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how I set up my bullet journal for the month of October. So I want to start off by saying I'm fairly new to this, which is why I am using this Archer and Olive monthly accessory kit. I think it's perfect because it comes with everything you need to set up your bullet journal if you don't want to sit there think about color palettes, themes, or anything like that. So that is why I choose to use this, because I can set it up quickly, I don't have to think about it, and it's extremely functional for me. The monthly accessory box comes with stickers, a Dutch door cover that you can use, and these are all undated, or it doesn't have the month listed on there, so you can use these for any month or of any year and it doesn't matter. So this is the Dutch door that it came with, and what I like about it is that it's perfect for any size bullet journal. You can cut it down for travelers, for a B5, and for an A5, and I use an A5. So you basically cut it out and then you can measure it along with your bullet journal and then just crop it down to how short it needs to be. And then I just use some washi tape from the box to stick it in to where I would like it. So next, I like to take the paper. It usually comes with multiple different colors of paper, and it stays within the color palette, so it's all cohesive and it goes together. And I like to tear around the edges to give it more of a vintage, rustic look. And then I just use my Tombow tape and I tape that in, and that will be for my monthly goals. I'll just write my goals on the green piece of paper. I like to use the tear method, so you will see me using that frequently. So I'm definitely not a perfectionist when it comes to my bullet journal, because I just want it to be something functional. So I don't care if things are not perfectly online or things are not straight. It's primarily for me. So I don't care if the lines aren't straight, things are out of place. It's going to be okay as long as it's functional. So as you can see from the past, I like to do the Dutch door method, and I pretty much keep it the same. I've kept it the same for a long time. For the weeks, I like to cut like a little Dutch door so that I can flip back and forth easily between my to-do list and the days of the week. So how to achieve this is I usually count 8 dots in, and then I will just take some scissors and cut 8 dots in on a single sheet of paper. It can be like 8 to 10 dots. It really just depends on how big you want that sheet. We're gonna have the days Monday through Thursday on the left side, and then on the right side we'll have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then you skip a page and you'll do it on the next page as well. Now again, I'm not being super precise here, but if you want to, what you can do is take the piece of paper you just cut out and use it as a guideline. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'll compare the paper to the paper that I'm going to cut, and then it will just show me where I cut the last time, so it can keep it consistent. But this is me being neat and trying to show you guys another method. Usually I just kind of guess, and sometimes they are off, but again, I'm not a perfectionist with this, so it's okay. So I'm going to continue on, and I will do this on 5 sheets of paper. So I turn the page and then I'll cut on the right side of the paper. And the reason why I do it for 5 weeks is because sometimes there are some days that overlap, and so I never want to run short. So I always have just a little bit extra. So now that they are all cut out, what I like to do to add just a fun border to the edge is use washi tape. And again, I'm just using the washi tape that came in the monthly accessory kit, and I just tape the edge. So I add the tape to about half of it, and then I will fold it over, and that will create like just a nice border, and it makes it easy to know where the page edge is as well. And again, this is not perfect by any means. Also, I'm going to use a corner tool to make the corners nice and round, but I like to do it all at the end after I tape on all of the sections. So you can see that side didn't turn out the greatest, but I'll try to be a little more neat as we continue on. I do like to snip the edges off if there's some excess that above and below, just because it makes it easier with this corner tool. So I will link this tool below, but there are 3 different corners that it cuts, and I like it because it cuts round ones similar to the corners of the Archer and Olive pages. So all you do is just stick it on the corner, and it just makes that nice little edge there. It's pretty satisfying, but it just makes it look nicer. And I'll go ahead and do this on all of the edges as well. Now that we are done with that, I'm going to add in the days of the week stickers. And I always start on Monday. I know some people might start with Sunday, but I always start Monday and then work my way through. So I'm going to add all of these stickers to each of the pages. And like I said, on Monday through Thursday, I put that on the left side of the page. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because things usually vary, but I give myself a little more space. We're pretty busy on the weekend sometimes. And then at the bottom, you have extra room on the right side for whatever you need to add there too. So usually I'll check to see like what day my bullet journal ended in the previous month, and then I'll start from there. So I probably overlapped a little bit the previous month and went all the way until the 2nd of October. So I'm just going to start at the 3rd and then add, these are number stickers by the way, and then add the numbers all the way through until the end. Once I do get to the end of the month, if I do have one extra day, I'll just kind of add it in at the bottom, or I can start a whole new week. Since there was only one day, I just added it to the bottom of this one so that I didn't have to do a whole week into November. Next, I like to add in these little to-do stickers or notes stickers that I like to just put at the bottom in case I want to write anything there. Again, it's just a cute little touch and it matches along with the theme. I also like to add in the die cut stickers somewhere in there at the bottom. So on the other side of the page that is not being used, I like to do a running to-do list. So I will show you a little bit later in this video how I do my running to-do list. They usually don't look the nicest, but that's why I like to add a little sticker in there to give it just a little bit more flair instead of just my handwriting all over the page. So now I like to go back through and add a bunch of stickers. These also came with the accessory kit. It comes with 2 sheets of just regular stickers. So I like to add these in as well. So now that that is done, towards the end of my bullet journal for the month, I do a lot of social media. So I like to have sections in my bullet journal specifically for video tracking, Instagram, and Instagram stories, and then also jobs that I'm working on. So what I like to do for that is to take those colored papers, and I'll take 2 of them usually, and I'll just tear around the border. This one I'm going to tear in half because I don't need a full sheet. I'm going to use half of it to maximize the amount of paper. So I tear 2 of the same sheets at the same time, and then I'll decorate it by overlapping them and then using it as like a title area. And then I will do the same for the next page. And this side was giving me a little bit of a hard time, so I just ripped it even more. And then also when I do this, sometimes I will switch the colors. So this time I'll put the green on top of the brown color. Now I make a lot of videos for just different things, YouTube, a Facebook group that I partner with. So I leave a lot of empty pages for that because I know that they're going to get filled in. And then after that, I'm going to do this again for another section of my bullet journal. So same colors, but I will just alternate the colors. So I'll do green on top. So now I'm gonna skip a couple pages or skip a page, and then I will do the same thing with the different colors that it came with. I think it only came with 3 colors. So I'll do it with one of the similar colors and then a new color as well. And now I'm just going to go back through and just add some stickers and washi tape to that as well. So next I'm going to use that piece that the Dutch door came in, has those little cutouts on it. The Dutch door comes in this really nice envelope, and I like to use the cutouts that come on it. Of course, always repurposing and reusing. And I don't know quite yet what I'm going to put there, but I'm going to put one of the colored papers underneath it so that you can see the color through. And again, not quite sure what I'm going to write on it yet, but I'm going to leave a little space above the cutout so that I can write something. And then on this side with the other side of the Dutch door piece, I'm going to make it into some like decorative edges. So I'll cut it diagonally and make it into a decorative edge. So first I'm going to cut it to make it as close to a square as possible, and then cut the square on the diagonal line. And then I'm also going to use that corner cutter to round off the edge. Again, it's not perfect, but it's okay. It just adds a little bit of extra flair and detail. So next is the lettering part. I'm going to add the month and then write to do on there as well. So I will warn you that I guess apparently Caron markers don't work well on this Dutch door paper, because as you can see, it doesn't absorb the paper the best, and it does go through to the other side just a little bit. It also took a little while to dry, so I had to wait, which was kind of a pain. So I added goals to the top And now this is where I like to make my running to-do list. So I'll just label each of the blank pages, the one that's after the weekly pages. I will write to-do list on every single one of those pages, and I like to do it in different fonts and nothing too fancy, but just utilize different fonts. If you're not sure what a running to-do list is, I might have to make a separate video about it, but basically you put each letter of the day of the week, Monday through Sunday, and then you write task on the other side. At least this is the way I do it. And then underneath you can write all of your tasks that you do, and then you can, once you've completed that task, you can put a dot under that day and then draw a line through it, and that means that you have completed it. If you guys want more information about that, I can do a more detailed video about how I do my running to-do list. Next, I will title each thing for what I am using it for. So for me, it's probably going to be a lot different than for what you guys would do, because again, I make a lot of content, and so a lot of these are based off of content. So like art videos, Instagram stories, this is what I like to keep track of. So that is why I have so much space dedicated to that. Over here on the empty page, I'm just going to add in a quote. October shows us how beautiful it is to let go. Again, it's a little off center, not perfect, but for the meantime, it works, and it fills in that space, so there's not so much blank space all over. And then of course I will add more stickers, just empty white spaces. And then I will give you a final flip through of everything. And again, this was just all with the Archer and Olive monthly accessory kit. Also, some of them, after the month has already passed, they will go put them on a deep discount, so be on the lookout for those, because like I said, some of them are interchangeable. In the earlier months, they did put the months on the Dutch doors, so just be on the lookout for that. But that is my bullet journal spread for October. Let me know if you guys like these videos, and I will continue to do them. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.